Hi, I'm Leah Mendenhall. Today I'll be doing a Think Aloud on the comprehension strategy of monitoring. We're going to be doing the monitoring Think Aloud with a poem called Dreamboat. As I'm monitoring, I'm going to be using a pink highlighter to highlight the information in the poem that I know and I understand. I'm going to use the blue highlighter to highlight words that I do not know and I'll have to go back and research later. I'm going to be using post-it notes or sticky notes, and this is what I'm going to be doing when I don't understand something in the poem. I'm going to take the post-it note, I'm going to put a question mark at the top, I'm going to split it down the middle, and when I answer the question later on in the poem, I'm going to either write or I'm going to draw a picture on the bottom of the post-it note. First, I'm going to only read the first 3 stanzas. I'm going to read them fluently before I do the comprehension strategy. Dreamboat. If I could build a sailing ship and I could have one wish, I'd want my helpers all to be dolphins, whales, and fish. The sawfish would saw all of the boards and cut the mast and rails. The shark, known as the hammerhead, of course would drive the nails. For lights I'd use, if it agrees, the bright electric eel. The dolphin with its dorsal fin would be the sailboat's keel. Okay. Now I'm going to read the poem using the monitoring strategy. I'll make sure I have my highlighters, a pen or pencil, and a post-it note before I do this. Dreamboat. If I could build a sailing ship. Oh, I know what a sailing ship is. It's a ship that is motored by a sail. So, because I understand what a sailing ship is, I'm going to take my pink highlighter and I'm going to highlight the first line in the first stanza. If I could build a sailing ship. So now that is pink. And I could have one wish is the second line, and I know what that means too because I've made a wish before. If I throw a quarter or something in the pond, I get to make a wish. So I understand that line too. So to prove that I can comprehend it, I'm going to highlight that line pink as well. I'd want my helpers all to be dolphins, whales, and fish. I really don't know why the author would want fish to be the helpers on his dream boat, because fish can't really do anything. So I don't really understand that part of the poem, so I'm going to take a post-it note. On the top, I'm going to draw a big question mark because I don't understand that. So I have my post-it note with the question mark on top. I'm going to take that and I'm going to place it at the line that is confusing to me. So I'm going to place it right there at the I'd want all my helpers to be dolphins, whales, and fish, since I don't understand why the author would want that. The next stanza. The sawfish would saw all of the boards and cut the mast and rails. Now I understand. The fish can actually do something on the boat. I bet the rest of the poem's going to have helpers as fish too. So I understand that. So I'm going to go and I'm going to highlight the sawfish would saw all the boards and cut the mast and rails. Then I'm going to take my pen and on the bottom of my sticky note, under the question mark, I'm going to answer that. So I'm going to draw a picture. And I'm going to put the sticky note where it was answered in the poem. So it was answered in the second stanza, so I'm going to put the top of the sticky note on that line. So now I have my sticky note with my or my question mark and the answer. The shark, known as the hammerhead. Now this is important because I understand what a shark is, but I'm not sure what a hammerhead is. And I'm guessing it's a shark, but I will really have to do my research so I know if it's a hammerhead shark and what it is and what it does. I'm going to take my blue highlighter and I'm going to highlight the word hammerhead. in blue. I'm going to do that so I remember to go back and research it more. The rest I understand. I understand what a shark is. So I'm going to make that in pink. Of course, would drive the nails. Drive the nails. You know, my grandpa's a carpenter and I actually understand that line. I know that drive the nails is the exact same as hammering the nails. Sometimes he'll say, drive the nails, Leah. Now I know that drive the nails means hammer the nails, and even though I don't know what a hammerhead shark looks like yet, I can still make it a good idea that the hammerhead is going to hammer or drive the nails. So I understand that, so I'm going to highlight that in pink. I'm also going to go back and highlight in the first stanza where I answered my question. So now, the first two stanzas are completely understood, except for hammerhead, which is in blue, and I'm going to go back later and I'm going to either ask people in my building or my friends about what a hammerhead shark is. The last stanza. For lights I'd use, if it agrees, the bright electric eel. I know what an eel is, and I know what light is, and I know what brights are, so I know a bright light and an eel. I'm going to do those two lines pink because I understand that. The last two lines of the third stanza. The dolphin with its dorsal fin. I don't know the word dorsal. I know what a dolphin is. I love dolphins. They're pretty. They swim in the ocean. I can comprehend what a dolphin is, but I don't know what a dorsal is. I'm sure it has something to do with a fin since it's dorsal fin, but I'm going to have to put dorsal in blue highlighter so I can go back and research dorsal later. The rest I'm going to put in pink because I understand that. The last line says, would be the sailboat's keel. And I don't know what keel is. I remember what sailboat is because a sailboat just runs on a sail. So I'm going to put everything in that line in pink except for keel, which is in blue, because I have to go back later and research that word some more. So during my Think Aloud, you've seen me highlighting and using Post-it notes for a comprehension strategy. Remember that the blue words will be answered later by the time I read the last two stanzas of this poem, and I'll go and I'll ask my friends or other adults in my school building about what those words mean. So now go ahead and do this Think Aloud with your own poems, and good luck. Don't forget everything I taught you.